Okay, fourth graders, this is officially my last new math lesson for the year for you guys. Mrs. Smith will have one more for you this week, but as for me, this is it. We are going to wrap up chapter 7 here, and just the perfect time because the school year is almost over. So what we're going to do is look through our math message. Today, our problems are, we're in 7-12, and it's decimal number story. So we haven't talked a lot about decimals this year, but we have enough, and we talked about money, and you guys know about money enough to figure this out. So our math message is, what fraction of a dollar is 1 dime? So you need to ask yourself the question, okay, if I have 1 dime, first of all, how many dimes do I need to make a dollar? Well, you should know that a dime is 10 cents. There's 100 cents in a dollar, so you need 10 dimes. So that will be what's in my denominator, because my denominator is how many parts I need. And then my numerator is how many dimes do I have? 1. So what fraction of a dollar is 1 dime? It is 1/10. What fraction of a dollar is 1 penny? Again, how many pennies would you need in a dollar? You need 100 pennies. And if I have 1 penny, that is my numerator. Okay, you can see that here. So what fraction of a dollar is 7 dimes and 8 pennies? Again, now I have to decide, okay, well, a dime was in tenths. Penny is in hundredths, but if I put them together, what is 7 dimes and 8 pennies worth? Well, that's worth 78 cents. So I have 78 hundredths because 100 would be a dollar, so I have 78 cents. Now it says write your answer as a fraction and a decimal. Typically, when we're talking about money, we don't see it written as a fraction. We usually see it written as a decimal, which would be like this. Okay, typically, that's a decimal, guys. It's hard for me to drop points on here. Typically, that's how we see money. That's what 78 cents would look like as a decimal, okay? So we are going to go to our next slide here. Okay, fourth grade, I'm going to do my best here to help you solve these next few problems using decimals. I'm going to have to jump back and forth between pages a little bit because we have to look at the stock up sale prices. But we should be able to figure it out the best that we can here. Jeff bought 5 toothbrushes and 1 tube of toothpaste. What was his total cost? So there's all kinds of room here for us to do this. So we have to go to the sale prices, and we're going to look here at, hold on. Right. Toothbrushes. Okay, so we have toothbrushes right here. They are $1.38 each, but if you look at the bottom, if you buy 5 or more, they are $1.13 per brush. So we need to remember that, $1.13 per brush. So I'm going to add that here. So I have 5 toothbrushes at $1.13. Okay. And then I need a tube of toothpaste. And that is $1.39. Okay. And then 1 tube of toothpaste at 1.39. Guys, it's really hard to make decimals on my computer screen. So right now we have to solve this. This is 2 steps. Obviously, first we need to figure out how much the toothbrushes would be. So we're going to take 113 times 5. Okay. And we're going to look at this a couple different ways, guys. You can do the box method with this, which we've talked about obviously in the past, or you can use the traditional method. Okay, so I have both problems set up now. Again, I apologize that my numbers are not the neatest. It is my stylus stopped working and it's hard doing this with my fingers, but I'm doing my best here. So I have 113 broken up over here in the box method, which is 110 and 3 times 5. So 5 times 100 is 500. Okay, 5 times 10 is 50. And 5 times 3 is 15. It equals 565. Okay, or I can do it this way. 3 times 5 is 15. Carry my 10. 5 times 1 is 5, plus that 10 is my 6. 5 times 1 is 5. I get the same answer, but what I didn't do when I wrote these out is write my decimals. So when I do that, I need to make sure I put a decimal 2 spaces in, so that would go between the 5 and the 6. So this is how much the toothbrushes cost. Okay, so I have $5.65 for the toothbrushes. Okay, so I take that $5.65 and I do my next step with it. I add that $1.39. That was the toothpaste. So again, I use my traditional method. 9 plus 5 is 14. Carry my 1. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 1 is 10. I'm going to bring down my decimal. Carry my 1. I have $7.04 for my toothbrushes and toothpaste. Okay. So your next problem, this isn't going to be really a true you do because you guys don't have these sheets. So I'm going to help you get it set up and then I want you to solve it on your own, okay? So Mr. De La Garza pays for 8 boxes of tissues with a $5 bill. How much change does he get? So let's see how much the tissues are. Tissues, let's see here. Tissues are 73 cents, but if you both buy more than 4, they are 57 cents per box. So you're going to try to solve that here. And we are going to say 57 times 8. Okay. And again, I'm going to do the box method as well. 57 times 8. Okay. So 8 times 50 would be 400. 8 times 7, 5, 6, 7 would be 56. So my answer is 456 cents or $4. Really hard to get 56 cents. I'm going to show you the traditional way over here as well. Okay. So I have 7 times 8 is 56. I have 8 times 5 is 40, plus 5 is 45. And then 0 times 8 is 0, so I don't need to do anything. So again, I have $4.50. I got 56 cents. I got the same answer for both. So they are not asking me how much it costs, so that's my first step. How much change does he get if he gives him a $5 bill? So I'm going to solve that in the middle here. $5 minus 456 equals, I cannot take 0 minus 6, so I have to go all the way over to my 5 and borrow. This is going to become a 10, and then it's going to become a 9. This is going to become a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 5 is 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So I have $0 and 44. So I have 44 cents for my answer. Okay, he gets 44 cents change back. So hopefully that's a little bit of a help there that you can see. Okay, and this next one, 5 pairs of shoelaces cost, how much more do 5 pairs of shoelaces cost than 3 pairs? We know that we get a discount if we buy 5 or more, so they're trying to figure out how much money do we, are we saving by doing that? So shoelaces, let's see here, I believe that was on this page. Look, shoelaces right here. 1 pair is 127, 5 or more is 108. So let's go back and solve that. So I have 127 times 3 and 108 times 5. So my hope is what you're seeing is when you are working with decimals, you can pretend those decimals aren't there in the beginning and solve this just the same way you would solve any of your other problems, okay? So again, I will show you both ways because I'm a believer in you doing whichever way you are most comfortable with. So I'm going to do the box down here. I have 100, 0, and 8 times 5. And I have 120 and 7 times 3. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. 5 times 100 is 500. 5 times 0, 5 times 8. So this gets me, again, I'm going to go up here and do this. 5 times 8 is 40. Carry my 4. 5 times 0 is 0. Plus 4 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5. Again, I get the same number. 540 and 540, which is $5.40. So it costs $5.40 to buy the shoelaces if I get 5. Okay. If I get 3, I'm going to go over here now. 100 times 3 is 300. 3 times 20 is 60. 3 times 7 is 21. If I add those up, I get 381. Again, I can solve it over here. 7 times 3 is 21. Put my 1 down, carry my 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 3 times 1 is 3. Same numbers again, but it's $3.81. So they're asking, how much more is it to buy 5 pairs than 3? So my 5 pairs were $5.40, and my 3 pairs were $3.81. So if I do the 0 minus 1, I cannot do. I have to borrow. Okay. So I have 10 minus 1 is 9. 3 minus 8 I cannot do, so I have to borrow. This becomes a 13 now. 13 minus 8 is 5. And 4 minus 3 is 1. So it costs $1.59 more to get 5 pairs of shoelaces instead of 3. So it's almost, if you buy, once you get that 5th pair, you're almost getting a pair free, because if I buy 4, it'd be another $1.27 off that. You're almost getting, if you buy 4, you get the 5th free with the discounted price. So hopefully you guys are seeing how these work. These are real life types of problems, okay? Real life types of problems when you have to figure out if you buy things and you get things in bulk, they're cheaper sometimes, or how many do you have to buy to get that discounted price. These are real world types of problems, okay? So the next would be wrapping paper. If you guys have this in your workbook, you can continue to do it on page 262. I don't think you have the charts in your workbook. So I think if you did these 3, that's some good practice. Honestly, you could just find some different things that have prices or make up prices and try to solve them that way. Either way is going to work for you. Honestly, it's just practice multiplying with decimals. And again, I'm going to emphasize that when you multiply with decimals, you can pretend those decimals aren't there. You do it the exact same way you multiply other stuff. You just have to make sure you have that decimal in your answer. Okay, guys, that's it for me. We are officially done with Mrs. Cassett's math lessons for the year. I think we have one more with Mrs. Smith, and then you are done. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.